All right, here we are again. This is our second batch of podcasts. But how did the first podcast go? How do you think they went?
I feel confident. Our awesome 15 subscribers on Spotify, solid 15.
15
It's phenomenal.
subscribers, which means we've probably had, I don't know, a couple hundred people listening and multiple hours, but we're going to keep going because we're just getting warmed up.
Right.
So we're going to talk about some more controversial topics that we hear. And you know what? Hopefully it's going to be topics that we hear on social media or hear people talking about at the gym or in the community that we can actually debunk, because maybe, just maybe, we have a better answer. So today, I want you start and tell me, what is one of the most common things that we hear from patients who are coming in for either one, their consultation,
Right.
and they have a concern, or two, they're already on it and they're concerned about this exact same thing. What is something that you're hearing that we hear often?
One of the top concerns is, do I have to stay on this for life?
Mm-hmm. Do I have to stay on it for life? I don't want to be dependent on it forever. So when someone says that to you, what if you're on a phone consultation, someone's interested in getting labs, they hear all the hype about testosterone optimization, TRT, hormones, and they say that to you, how do you respond to that? What do you say?
TRT done right with a well-rounded treatment, you don't have to be on it for life.
Okay.
You can come off. However, if you want to continue to feel optimized, because that's your goal, is for them to feel great, right? If you want to continue to feel great, you have to keep on taking it, because it's an exogenous treatment.
Sure.
You have to keep on doing it.
How about the endogenous aspect of it? So first of all, let's clear up something. When someone says, I don't want to be dependent on it for the rest of my life, let's get this out of the way. We've already been dependent on it our entire flipping life, since we have been since you were in mommy's womb. It is what makes a man a man. It is what is responsible for a male being a male, having male parts, and a male acting like a man. It is the male master hormone. So regardless of whether they have 200, and a level of 200, or they have a level of 1200, they're still dependent on it. So if we want to increase, not only we're giving them exogenous in the form of shots, but we give them endogenous. What do I mean by endogenous? What do we mean by that?
The way we feel?
No. Our body making it.
Right. Gotcha.
What do we do to counteract, to prevent the body from shutting down, to prevent your nuts from shutting down?
Got it. So that is exactly why I said a well-rounded treatment.
Yeah. So what do you mean by that?
What we mean by that is we don't just give a patient testosterone by itself. The reason being, if you just inject testosterone by itself, you shut down 100% of your natural production that you already have.
Or darn close, right?
Darn close.
Yeah.
Literally non-existent.
Right.
And then
so what happens from your experience, from what we've talked about, what happens when you shut down your production? What are the things that happen?
Your testicles start to shrivel. That's what happens.
We're talking about shrinkage as in like raisins.
Right.
So they start shrinking.
Right.
Which means
and on top of that, right, besides shrinking, once you shut that down, if you were to come off testosterone, you're at possibly almost zero, right? Yeah. So it's going to be a lot harder for your body to start producing, depending on how long you were on testosterone by itself for.
A lot longer, as in like 6 months to a year, sometimes never.
Right.
So what happens when you take testosterone alone? 1, your nuts shrink. 2, they basically stop functioning.
Right.
Meaning your nuts have 2 functions. God, the universe, whatever, Mother Nature. Your nuts are 1, produce sperm. 2, produce testosterone. So when we give exogenous testosterone, we're shutting down our nuts. So they shrink, they stop producing. And then what are the younger guys concerned about?
Fertility.
Fertility, you got it. So in theory, they stop or significantly lower your sperm production.
Right.
Now, we know it only takes one little swimmer to wake it up there. But in theory, most men are considered infertile or low fertility and so forth. So to prevent all of that BS from happening, please tell our audience what we give with the testosterone to prevent our nuts from ever shutting down. Or for the patients coming in who are already on testosterone with nuts the size of raisins, what we give them to rev them up.
Please. The number 1 inhibitor that we use is HCG. So HCG is a peptide.
It is a peptide. Most people don't know that.
Yeah.
HCG is a peptide. Okay.
It stimulates your own natural production, right? Not only that, but it maximizes your natural production, meaning you're going to be more fertile.
Yes. If you're not fertile,
you will
turn on your fertility.
Exactly. And if you already are, you're going to be even more.
Right.
Right. It keeps your testicles from descending. Right.
Or shrinking.
Or shrinking.
Yep. Gives you some size back to your boys.
Right.
Makes them fuller, beefier.
And the most important, I don't
know where that came from.
Whatever natural testosterone you already have, whether you're at level 150 or 950, naturally, okay?
Yeah.
You get to keep that. Not only that, but it's also known because it's stimulating your testicular function. Yeah. You might gain more points naturally from it, alone, without even touching tests.
I would say definitely it's going to increase your natural testosterone. But the question is it going to increase it 100 points, or is it going to be our 15% of guys who their nuts have been shut off for years, and it revs it up so high that we get their labs again and we're like, you're at 1800. We need to lower your, and they're like, wait a minute, but I feel great. Well, yeah, we know you feel great at 1800 because you got exogenous, the shots, and your body is finally making its natural production in. And just like I said on the Peptide of the Week podcast, there's nothing like the real thing. You've heard that quote, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing like the real thing.
Right.
So you've got exogenous, the best of both worlds, and you have your testes preventing from being shut down and revving back up. So there you have it for our contestants, i.e. patients who come from other clinics. We won't talk about the clinic or clinics.
There's some clinics, by the way, out there that are asking patients for their social security number too, by the way, besides their not so good treatments. I thought that was funny.
That is
interesting.
Interesting. At least the last 4 digits, huh? So what we do here is we have this mentality that you have nuts for a reason.
Right.
Now, a lot of times it comes down to a price thing, right?
Right.
Oh, I can't afford this, but I just want to be on testosterone. My testosterone higher and I want to feel better. but I would say about 95% of our patients are on HCG as well. And it doesn't work perfectly 100% of the time, but damn near in the 90s, it works. It prevents your nuts from shrinking. So for all of those patients, potential patients, people who are considering it and have heard from your buddy or gym bro or family member that you're going to be dependent on it. One, you've already been dependent on it your entire life. Two, we have a way to counteract that. And I know we're also going to have people, David, that are going to comment on the reels. They're going to comment on YouTube. They're going to comment on Instagram and whatever, saying that they know everything and that HCG only does this and only does this and only does this and you need this and this. Well, you know what?
That's fine. It'll boost up our algorithm. It's cool.
It'll boost our algorithm. And thank you for watching. But actually, when you have a bolus of patients like we do, near 1,000 patients, and you get to see it work day in and day out, yes, there may be a few that it doesn't work perfectly. Now, all of our patients are on HCG, except the ones who say they can't financially afford it. But we have one other option that I have told several people, a lot of our patients and people that have also asked us podcasts, things like that. And that is something that does a similar function, but not nearly as good, and has actually taken over an entire industry. Yeah. And that is enclomiphene.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about what we've seen personally in our patients who have taken enclomiphene, the results they're getting, and why that's not, why in our opinion, our opinion doesn't mean anything, but in our experience and what we're seeing, why we're not using it.
Right. As much. We still use it because it keeps your nuts alive. That's why we use it.
Yeah, it can. Yeah. So when you mean it keeps them alive, you mean it has similar properties as HCG.
Right. So it has similar properties, but because it's a pill and it's not HCG, right? It's not as effective.
That's right. So it's not as effective. And also, one of the main reasons why I took, it's hard to even grasp, the majority of our patients off of it isn't because it's not as effective, but because of the side effects.
Right.
So what are some of the side effects? And first of all, it's being sold and marketed and advertised as oral testosterone.
Right.
It is not. It is not oral testosterone. It stimulates your pituitary, sends a signal to your nuts to produce naturally. Mm-hmm. So you could get a bump of 100.
Right.
They say maybe you can double. Yeah. But one of the main reasons we're taking people off of it and already have is because of side effects.
Right.
Talk a little bit about
Number
that.
one, side effect in enclomiphene is mood swings.
Yes.
Right? Mood swings up and down, it can happen.
Yes.
Right?
Mood swings.
Another one is headaches.
Yes.
People report headaches all the time.
Yes.
Even still brain fog.
Yes.
When it's supposed to do the opposite. Right?
Yes.
Clear the brain fog.
Yes.
And number three.
Talk about the big ones.
So number three is a pill.
Yeah.
Acne too. Sometimes acne can happen.
The ones that are the scariest for me, and not scary as in like life-threatening, but yes, the headaches, the mood swings. With mood swings, we have irritability and anxiety. I mean, even to the point where a patient even called us saying, "Oh, I'm having a headache." But how about the no boners and no sex drive? Right. Those two alone, when I have a patient saying, for the first few weeks, I felt really good, and then something happened. And you check their chart and they say, it says enclomiphene. We instantly know it's the enclomiphene. And we're not exactly sure why or what component, if it's the LH, how it stimulates the LH or FSH, but something in that compound is doing this. And so what do? We say, hey, Chris, sorry to hear that, but we're going to have to take you off the enclomiphene. And what do? We take them off and we put them on the HCG. And guess what?
Things are better.
1 month. Oh my God, thank you so much. My wife was worried. My girlfriend was worried. Everything's working great now. I feel much better. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So again, I apologize. I don't really apologize because I feel like I'm doing my best to spread good information, but enclomiphene is not oral testosterone, and it is not the answer to keep your nuts revved up all the time. The side effects are there. For the people it works for, great. But I think that is a good place. We don't want to say too many negative things about too many other people's businesses or industries, but it's a real thing.
Yeah. And it still works for some people.
Yeah.
But it's very minimal.
Yeah. Do you have any last words on HCG, enclomiphene, or nuts?
Mainly get optimized and get optimized the right way.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
So that's our podcast for today.
Yeah.
If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you think it's helpful, share it with someone. We have lots of good information, and it's not for everyone. And it's, everyone that thinks that they're doctors and that they can chat GPT everything and that they could go and Google it. And yes, you can, and you can get good information, but the proof is in the pudding when you see as many patients as we do and you treat as many patients. So that's all we have today. The next podcast, we're going to talk about the individuals, the men that are on TRT,
Right.
who are hearing other guys on social media, on TV, at football games, at family functions, at the gym saying, man, I feel amazed. I feel phenomenal. I feel like Superman. I can't believe, but these men still don't feel great. So we're going to dive into that and see what are some things that could actually be going on,
Right.
to get them optimized. So with that, numero tres, finito. See you on the inside.